Another all-time high clocking in here on the overall market. We're looking at SPY on the daily chart. End of the day, 637.10, up around $2.68 from yesterday's trading session. Had an overall high in here on the day of 637.58. Now, where does that kind of put us as far as our resistances, since we are at all-time highs? Well, we're looking at nice whole numbers on the way up, right? So 638, 639, 640, etc. That's what we're going to watch until the chart tells us otherwise for our resistances. And obviously, the bigger whole numbers will probably have a better psych level, a better, harsher resistance for us, 640, 645, rather than those kind of oddball numbers in between. But still, we're just going to chalk it up to those $1 wide increments, working our way up until the chart obviously dictates the resistances for us. Now, as far as supports here on the daily chart, the major support is going to be this 9-day EMA in here. That's currently trading at 630.53. Anything below that, you're looking right here, right around that 626 to the 627 mark. You can see that last week and the week prior, we were kind of just wrapped around this 9-day EMA, kind of riding it. And then obviously, ever since last week, just like a rocket ship in here, I guess people just want to keep on trying to fill up this balloon with as much air as they possibly can. Not saying it's going to pop anytime soon, but overall, this does still look overextended. It was extended back here at the beginning of July. And even though we took a breather right here a week ago, it still seems a little, it's too rich in here overall, but the market is saying, you know what, we don't care. So again, we have to play with what everything's given. It's not about our opinion. It's about what are we seeing here on this chart. So the RSI in here, we're getting obviously overbought territory, but that didn't stop us here at the end of June. It didn't stop us in mid-July, although we did have to take a little breather here and come back to this 9-day EMA. But overall, all the contrarians out here saying, oh, okay, we're just going to pull back. We're going to have another black swan. It doesn't look like it, right? Because if anything, worst case, we're going to fall back to the 9-day EMA where we'll be at 630, really. So that is going to be probably your worst case here coming up in the next few weeks or so that we pull back to. Anything below that, like I said before, the 627s and the 626s should hold a lot of weight for us in here. Now, we do have to mention that we did have a lot of bearish net flow coming in on the daily in here as far as where all the premiums were going. But then around 2 o'clock or so, we had that harsh switch in the net flow and the calls just spiked. So we actually ended the day with the call contracts premium in here getting traded about double. So 2 times that of what the puts were traded. So yeah, bullish overall net flow, especially at the end of the day. So again, people aren't really caring that, you feel like it's overextended. Well, they said, hey, guess what? We saw this before here. We saw it before here. Right here in mid-July. So guess what? We're not going to take the bait again as we work our way up to the 640. But 640 might be that big resistance here that we're going to watch. But again, we're just going to take it slow. We're going to let the chart dictate that to us, not just kind of guess and gamble. And we're going to keep an eye on the overall bearish flow or the overall flow to see if it's going to be bearish or bullish as we're working our way up to the 640 levels and beyond, or perhaps looking for a pullback in here to the 9-day EMA. With also that being said, with the premiums, you did have an increase overall in the implied volatility of both the calls and the puts in here today. So your IV rank is still low at 11, but overall, especially in today's expiration, you had a lot of IV in here as compared to itself in here. So you have right around a $2 expected move coming in by Monday's expiration, $3 and some change by Tuesday. If you go all the way out to Friday, right around a $6.71 expected move is what everybody is pricing in there. So we'll see what happens as we work our way into next week and throughout the week, see if we're going to get that big pullback in here. Are we going to sit on that 9-day EMA? If we do pull back, where is the support going to be? Or if everybody's just going to keep on not caring because we do have earnings coming up for a lot of major players coming next week, is that just going to keep on pumping more and more air into this balloon and just keep on pushing us higher? That is going to be the question. We'll have to kind of wait and see. But again, 640 is our major level, but we're going to work our way up to that 638, 639, and then coming back down on our supports, 630, 53, and then that 626 to 627 area is what we're going to be watching. All right, guys, if you like this video, make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We also have a Discord service if you are interested, and you can find all of our socials in the description below.